Hey guys, I want to talk about the Benchmade Griptilian 551. I've had this knife for quite a while and I didn't really work with it. Now, recently I became very curious about the steel, which led me to work with this knife. Before working with it, starting to carry the knife as an EDC, I did two things to the blade. I modified the edge angle to 20 degrees per side, and I took the tip down a bit. I felt like if I was to use the original tip, it would at some point break or bend, and I just took care of the problem before it appeared. I had two initial problems with this knife. Number one, it felt a bit unstable in the hand. Why? Well, first of all, there's not that much weight to the knife. That is also because they reduced it by making the liners smaller. You can see right here where the metal inserts, the liners here protrude, and then you can see it goes down up to, so like this, up to here, I think. Yeah, about here. Which makes the knife lighter, but also it feels a bit unstable in hand. It does not feel unstable in hand if there is no blade play. However, with this model, when I got it, there was a bit of a blade play. And I thought, no problem, I can adjust it, just tighten the pivot. As I tightened the pivot, I had to tighten it really tight in order not to have blade play. And that was a problem because I could not easily open and close the knife. So what I did was I took the blade out and the washers, wiped them clean, put them back in, and played with it a lot to break in the knife. I broke in the knife, now it's reasonably tight. If you disengage the axis lock, the blade does not fall down freely. I kind of like that with some knives, but you can close it. And of course, you can open it. Opening it by using the axis lock, it's also possible. You just have to flick your wrist a bit harder. So you can take care of those problems, but it takes time. And now that I have it tight enough to not have any blade play, and still am able to play with the knife, to open it and close it, relatively easy. The knife does not feel that unstable when I cut something. In fact, due to its chubbier handle, and due to the fact that I really got it in my head that I want to put this knife through all its paces, I started working really hard with it, and I got accustomed to it, and now it feels very secure in hand. Now, right after I gave the paramilitary to my review, I started carrying this one. And it so happened that over the winter holidays, I went to a lot of places where I had the opportunity to work with wood, with a lot of wood, different kinds of wood, and nothing planned. But I decided, what the hey. So, as I was making wood shavings for a fire, I had no platform on which to make them. So I made them on concrete, and I did slip off the wood and hit concrete with this portion right here where my finger is. It was a very pleasant surprise to see that the chips I got in the blade were not that severe. They were very small, and I could not feel them while doing the rest of the chores I was doing. I also gave this knife to anybody who needed a knife. When they needed to cut some meat, vegetables, whatever, I gave them the knife. And not everybody cut on a wooden platform on a wooden piece. Some people cut on metal plates, some people cut on porcelain plates, and that will ruin an edge instantly. All I did to maintain the edge was use my DC4 stone, the ceramic side, not the diamond side, just the ceramic side. And just by laying the knife with the edge flat on the stone and caressing the stone 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 10 times, but usually just like 30 seconds, I got a razor sharp edge back. And that was a surprise to me. And I kind of fell in love with 154 cm. It is much easier to maintain sharp than S30V. And I like that. Plus, it has a very good edge retention. Before I work with it, I would have said, okay, it's somewhere around VG10, because I did work with VG10. Right now, I would say it's much better than VG10. So I'm very, very pleased with the steel and the heat treatment. So far, no problems. And all the mistakes I made were easily corrected. And I really like that. Now, about the name, Griptilian. Should you have to do hard jobs with it, you know, make wood shavings, start a fire, cut through a lot of hard cardboard, hard plastic, I do recommend a glove. Or you will feel it in your hand. All the jimping and this texture will bite in your hand. And I would say after 10 minutes, it becomes very uncomfortable. So much so that I found myself using a glove. After the second day of working just with this knife, I found myself wanting to use a glove. And it does bother me in the finger. I just grip it and I feel it. And I didn't work that much with it today. So it is very aggressive. I've seen people who made it even more aggressive by melting the FRN handle. I don't know why you would need that. That is a plus, however, if you want to do some food prep. Cut vegetables, cut meat and everything, and the knife would be slippery in your hand. Then it really helps you. And the clip. Usually I test my knives without a clip. This one I tested just with the clip. You know, I take the clip off, see what the difference is. I did that with a lot of knives. With this one I didn't do it. The clip does not bother me that much. It's probably because the jimping and the texture bothers me more. But for closing the knife, the clip really helps because I grip it like this and I just swing it. And there's no way of me, because with an axis lock, it would be quite easy to hold the knife like this, depress the axis lock and swing the blade, and it will cut you. So the clip in this case really helps me. As for the axis lock itself, I've had a few other knives with the axis lock, and I must say Benchmade does make a great axis lock. I've had an Enlan, I think, and a Sunrin Moon. That wasn't mine, but the Enlan I play with that one a lot, and it's very aggressive on the fingers. Of course you could correct that. However, this one is very nice on the fingers, so I could play with this all day long, which I do. That is about it. I hope you liked the video. I hope I touched on some points that other people didn't touch on. And should there be any questions, please feel free to ask. I am more than happy to answer them. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all a great day.